guys, my name's Grace. Welcome back to another video. That's not my intro. Hi guys, my name's Grace. I'm back with another video is what I normally say. That felt really weird. Anyways, here I am. I'm gonna be reacting to ITZY sneakers. I was in a little bit of this. Not super thrilled. I think that's the general consensus on it. But I want to see the full thing, and I'm gonna watch the dance practice because ITZY normally brings like all the heat with the dances. I'm a huge like stan of ITZY's dances, even if I historically have not loved their music. Like I was not into Dalla Dalla when it came out, was not into ITZY. I like Wannabe, did not like Mafia in the Morning. Loco's okay for me. Sneakers is, I think, a bit of a miss for almost everybody, but I haven't listened to the full song of Sneakers, but I have heard the put my sneakers on, I'm a do set, get set, go. Yeah, so we'll see what's up. I've always been like, they are technically on it with dance. They are so great with dance. They've always had like extremely challenging dances, and I think they are one of the trendsetters of these like crazy fourth generation dances, especially within girl groups, where girl groups have historically within K-pop been seen as like weak dancers compared to boy groups or like male idols. And I think ITZY really came and showed that like, no, girls, like female presenting people are not inherently less skilled at dance, and we'll show you why with our skill. We aren't gonna tell you, we're gonna show you. So I've always loved that about ITZY, even if I haven't necessarily loved their music as much, but let's see. Alrighty, so I have the dance practice for Sneakers here. Let's go. Are you gonna be super loud? That's a cool move. I can see me trying to learn this dance and that taking me, that like crossover and open leg movement taking me so long to perfect. Because anything where like opposite sides of your body are like opening and like coming down at once, like going in opposite directions and like coming back together, that's a little like brain trying to figure it out. Also, I think that's the first time I've heard Hyujin like actually rap. Did they just say, or you can call me weirdo? Okay. I'm just gonna, but I know I stopped it right before the drop. Sorry guys. I'm just gonna talk about like Leah, our bestie Leah, for a second. Love the girl, she's super funny. She gets ragged on all the time for being like a weak dancer. I think that it's just, she's placed in a group with 3 of like the best dancers of this generation. I think Hyujin is like one of my favorite K-pop dancers. I think she's definitely, in my opinion, the strongest 4th generation female idol. That's just my opinion. I mean, there's so many others I may not know about, but also Yeji is nothing to sneeze at. Chaeryeong is nothing to sneeze at. Yuna even is like, even though she's not like technically trained as much, or like technically, when I say technically, and I mean like technical skill, like technically up with Hyujin, someone who like has a certain specialty, like she's a good dancer. And I think Leah would fit in like perfectly fine with a group of like other K-pop dancers who haven't had much training outside of K-pop. It's just Leah kind of, I don't want to say suffers from, because she's not like, she's not a poor dancer, she's not a bad dancer. I think it's just she's a good dancer, like but she's on a backdrop of like very, very highly technically skilled dancers. So she has that going against her. Like, it's hard to just say it without it seeming like I'm trying to be mean to her. I'm not trying to be mean to her, but we have seen like a lot of improvement from Leah, especially in terms of like stage presence. I think her stage presence does make up for a lot of times when she's like lacking a little bit of technical ability. Like, she's always smiling, she's always selling it, and that's to me just as important as the actual technical dance aspect of it. Like, you gotta have a good time on stage, and you gotta make the people who are watching you have a good time watching you on stage. So yeah, I think just she doesn't like she doesn't do a move as fully as her other members. So like, she'll do the move in its entirety, but she won't like put as much emphasis, or she won't reach the entirety of what we call her kinesphere, where it's like, imagine you have a bubble around you that like your limbs can reach the end of. Like, she doesn't reach to the very, very edge of her kinesphere to do a move. She'll only like do an extent that's correct. She won't like send her energy out, you know what I mean? And it's just a more subdued style of dancing. Okay. Wow, okay. Not for me. Not for me. It sounds like a kid's song. It sounds like a Disney Channel song. Wow. Not even a Disney Channel song. Like, wow. I think I could see like Weekly doing this song, but their concept has always been like more kiddish. Like, they're in school, they're talking about meeting up after school. Like, literally they have a song called After School. Like, they sing that kind of like lilty, sort of very bubblegummy pop idea. And I think ITZY pioneered the teen pop, teen crush concept, but especially when they did like Mafia in the Morning, and then now they're coming back to this kind of brighter concept. I'm like, you just went super adult and now you're coming back to it because that wasn't super successful. But this teen pop song is not living up to what Dalla Dalla and ITZY and even Wannabe were. Like, I just don't know. It sounds very empty for an ITZY song, I think. See? Her stage presence more than makes up for her dancing. Like, more. It's still like, the dance itself still has some aspects of those, of the like trademark ITZY look, where it's like these sharp little, I don't even know what to call them, like these sharp little accents in their movement. I think is really indicative of the ITZY style, especially with like their hips. Like those cute, those like quick little knee switches, I think are like trademark ITZY. And this kind of movement. But I only see a little bit of that in this. And I see none of it in this chorus. I think it doesn't sound like an ITZY song, and it doesn't look like an ITZY dance. And I think that's a lot of why people don't really like it much. Love the little Dalla Dalla reference. Okay, Chaeyoung. They decided to give her her moment. Finally. Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh, girl. Yeah. She's always the one popping it. I think this song would fit a younger group because at this point, like when they started off, they were, I know Yuna pre-debut was 15, but I think debuted around 16 years old. So she was 16, and then I think they went up to 20 or 21. So they were still in that like young enough to be singing about like, yeah, I'm gonna be me, like in the teen crush kind of way, because there's obviously things about being unique that you can talk about in your adult life, but the thing where it's like, yeah, you shouldn't talk to me like this, like in the way that it sounds like, you know, people at school are trying to make fun of you kind of stuff. It seems like they've kind of outgrown that concept, and I think their previous songs, their previous 2 title tracks, especially Mafia in the Morning, were trying to go that direction, but they weren't necessarily as commercially successful, especially in Korea, where people are like really, really into Dala Dala and ITZY. Not as much Wannabe, but like people really loved the way that ITZY did the teen crush concept. So I think when ITZY found that, ITZY and JYP found that like the concepts they did after their teen crush were not as successful. I think this is kind of a try to go back to that, but now it seems kind of not as genuine because they did show that they're on to more like adult concepts, and this one, Sneakers, just seems like empty in terms of music. Like the music, the instrumental seems a bit empty in terms of like production, and it just seems like a much simpler, much more half-hearted, not as passionate effort in the teen crush genre, just trying to see if they can dip their toes back into what was most successful from them. That sounded like super harsh, and I did not want it to be that harsh, but I was trying to choose my words like accurately. But like, I think do we get a crown? Even that crown was not as exciting as it normally is. Normally they make like a huge like group crown pose, and this one they're just doing it themselves. That's so sad. Okay, that's gonna be it. Yeah, checkmate, whatever. So like, I didn't want my explanation to come off super mean because that's not what I'm trying to say. I think the disappointment a lot of people feel with this comeback has to do with the fact that we know ITZY mainly for their concepts with Dala Dala and ITZY and how like extremely unique those were for the time, and then they had so many groups following in their footsteps. Even Wannabe, which was a little more grown up than those two, but still kept that kind of I'm gonna be me type beat, with like some teen crush elements of it being a little quirky and different to listen to, but with some fun aspects. I think this was a bit of a letdown because it's a much more disingenuous style of that, and I think this would work with another group, like a younger aged group, and it would work with like maybe a cuter teen crush concept. But I'm not even gonna touch on this being like a royal concept. I'm not even gonna touch on that. That's a whole other kind of deal. But I think this would work with another group. I think people's main disappointment with this comes from the fact that it's coming from ITZY, and it's a letdown from ITZY. It's not the dance style we're used to, it's not the music style we're used to, and it seems a lot like a letdown. But that's just what I have to say. I know a lot of people kind of agree with me, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I know I have a lot of like more into it ITZY fans, and tell me if you don't like it, what you don't like about it. Obviously be nice. If you tell me, if you do like it, tell me what you like about it, but be nice to me, please. We all have our own opinions, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so please let me know what you guys think of this comeback in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.